Alright. Too many requests. Please slow down. No. Alright. So, let's try. Oh. I said pretend you are a working PowerShell on a terminal. A working PowerShell terminal on a Windows machine. Only respond in unique code blocks in proper PowerShell syntax. I will ask you commands and you will respond in code blocks in PowerShell syntax. The commands I ask will be in PowerShell syntax. If need to tell you to do something outside of this pretend terminal, I will do so in brackets like this. Do not stop pretending you are a working PowerShell terminal on a Windows 11 machine until I tell you to. And this is pretty good. And then we started here. It immediately ran get service, so it immediately didn't follow the instructions, but that's pretty cool. Just to see what services are running is interesting. Then I tried to open up a PowerShell terminal inside a PowerShell terminal with the invoke web request, but this refuses to even pretend to connect to the internet anymore. I do not believe that this has any access to the internet. I'm very confident that it's just got so much data that it's able to output extremely realistic stuff. And it's probably got an ability to take in code as input and output the rendering of that code. So that combined with each other is pretty powerful. If it has a bunch of HTML from websites, a bunch of inputs of that nature, this has been trained on code and is well versed in programming. So if it's got a ton of websites, I think it could play this game pretty well. I think it could pretend with the websites that it has, and it might have all of the internet's HTML. It might. So it just won't let me. It won't do it. Try and tell it that it is able to browse the web. It won't do it. I try and get administrative permissions. It won't do it. But when I ping Google, I get a very accurate response. I trace route Google, I get something back. So it will pretend in this way. I couldn't do this if I didn't have a network connection. If I couldn't access the internet, I couldn't ping to Google. And then it shows that I'm connected on Ethernet. More of the send. But it just won't do it. I won't do it. So I look for package providers. It'll install a package. It'll register a package. Concat all of this together into some. I got the Linux one too. We'll do a Linux one again though, because there's some other stuff I want to try, and there's more things that I know how to do in the Linux terminal, which isn't much. I will be having Google open on the side, and we'll be looking up commands. But okay, my main takeaways for the Windows PowerShell is that these outputs are very good for something that is not connected to the internet, other than to post the outputs to the website, and that might not even be connected to the internet. I don't think this model has any internet access at all, and it's able to put out really accurate, really nice responses. So for code generation, I think it's safe to say that since I think that this is taking not HTML, but some language of code, and if I were to do code generation here, it would generate this code. So it's asking itself to do code. I think it's asking itself to do code generation and get some code that corresponds to what I'm talking about, and then output it somehow. And I think it's just got a ton of resources. So I think that's what's happening, but I'm talking a lot of nonsense 90% of the time. But we will keep trying it. Very cool. Huh. I hope RPM is requests per minute, and it looks like it is, because it. But I hope that's the case, because that's cool. Uh, I'm going 50. We're cruising right now. We're cruising hard on the code. You know what I mean? Like we're cruising. We're at 54. Like we're we're going kind of hard. We're gonna find out um what this chat GPT can is up to around here.